Alright, so we're going to do a pod review today on this plant right here, and this is called the Inca Berry. I think this actually goes under a couple of different names, but that's the name I know it by, is the Inca Berry Pepper. And so we're going to do a review on one of these today, but I wanted to show you the plant, how absolutely loaded this plant is with peppers. I cannot believe how many peppers this thing threw out this year. I mean, look at all these peppers on here. It's incredible. I'm going to have a hard time processing this because I simply don't know what to do with them all. I could sell them as fresh pods, but not everybody's going to want to buy a box full of fresh pods of just this. I don't really have enough of the others to really offer this year. So I don't really have enough really that I want to offer on this. I mean, just this one plant. I don't know. If you want some fresh pods, just let me know. Visit the website, contact me, say you want some of the fresh pods. I'll pick them and give you fresh ones. Tell me how many you want, and then we'll get you the fresh pods. So anyway, there is a couple on here that are actually ready for review, and I want to pick those and review them, or pick one anyway. A beautiful little pod. I think there's another one that's ready here. I'm not going to pick it. There's so many on here that I got to pick off once it's ripening. Now I'm getting ready to bring this plant in my garage. Once I can line up when the first frost is probably going to be coming in, I need to dig all these plants up and bring them in the garage. And I'll tell you, the winter is right around the corner. It's actually quite cool today, but not freezing, but it's quite cool, and I do feel the colder weather moving in. So eventually, once that comes, I got to dig all these plants up and put them in the garage so my fruits could at least ripen. Will they winter over? I doubt it, because I don't have the room for it. But I can sustain their life for a little longer inside the garage with minimal light and at least get the fruits to ripen on the plant. And that's what I'm going for. So let's bring you inside and do a pod review in the greenhouse so my neighbors don't think that I'm talking to myself and I'm absolutely insane. Alright, so that's it right there. Nice little Inca Berry pepper. Beautiful little pepper. I do believe this is a baccatum. And so let's turn you around and give it a go. Alright guys, so here it is. We're doing another pod review today on the Inca Berry Pepper. And I've done a review in the past. This is the last time I'm going to visit this pepper, but I figured I'd redo it again for 2019 so I could show you the plant, how many peppers were actually coming off it. But we'll do another taste test on it, and we'll see what it tastes like. And then that way, when you buy seeds for it, you kind of get a good idea as to what it is you should be getting. So without any further ado, let's give it a go. Soapy. Whew, some heat on this thing, man. Ooh, it's kind of tangy too. That tanginess throws you off a little bit. I don't normally care for the tangy flavors, but that was a little tangy. It might not be fully ripe, but it has a typical baccatum flavor. Very typical for this pepper, for bacatums. There's really no other way to describe your baccatum flavors, because they have like a fruitiness, but it's not like a habanero type of fruitiness in any way. It's a fruitiness in a world of its own. It doesn't taste like habaneros. So when I do baccatum reviews, I say it tastes like a baccatum. You got to kind of know what bacatums taste like to really understand what I'm talking about, because it doesn't taste like a habanero. Though, in effect-wise, it's similar. It did have a tangy flavor to it. Normally, this pepper is quite sweet, so I may have picked it a little bit on the early side. They probably get a lot more redder, and the flavors and the starches really convert over. It's probably still in that conversion state, and it's starting to get into that sweet zone, but I picked it right in the middle of doing that, and a lot of times they're a lot tangier than normal. So this one was a little on the tangy side, but that baccatum flavor is a very nice flavor. The heat from this pepper is unique to bacatums. It's a very warm, glowing burn. It's all the way to the top of my tongue, all the way to the back of the throat, and hitting the tonsils very nicely. It's not a stinging type of burn. It's a warm, glowing burn. It feels really good on the back of the throat. This is the kind of pepper you want to eat when you have a really sore throat. This will just, it just feels good on a sore throat. When those tonsils are getting a little inflamed, You hit them with this, man, that feels good. And you just want to keep eating them to keep that effect going. And it's really nice on those tonsils. It really hits those tonsils just right. It takes that effect off them. But as far as the heat level on this thing, I'd probably say that's right. This one right here is probably around 2. I've had them where they were a little hotter, but they can be anywhere between 2 and 4 to 5,000 on the Scoville. I don't know if I can necessarily say they would be 10,000. The heat is very unique to the pacatums. They got that warm, glowing type of burn. They're not a stinging burn, so it's kind of hard to say if this would be like a 10,000. It's very warm, it's very smooth, but it is very intense. It does have an intensity to it. It's really heating up that. You know what else it's heating up unusually? I don't normally get this, but it feels good. That little thing that hangs down in the back of your throat, it's like a little thing that hangs down. I think that's called the uvula or something like that. That thing is actually warm right now. That's getting a little bit of a sting. It feels really good, to be honest with you. That's really nice. It's a nice little burn feeling on that thing. Because that thing sometimes gets inflamed too. That thing can swell up on you. But it feels really good on there. Nice and soothing. It's a warm, glowing burn. Again, as far as the effect on it, it's a little bit on my lips. Pacatums tend to burn my lips a lot. So it's a little warm on the lips. A little bit into the gums a little. And the very tip of the tongue, the very tip part, and it goes back to the top of the tongue. It rolls back, hits the 2 tonsils and that thing hanging down, and it stops there. But it's nice. It's a nice little, I really like the burn on these peppers. They're really nice. Though, what I can't say, these can get stronger than what I told you. I've had some of these that were hot like, you know, where you didn't expect them to be that hot, but they were warm. They were warmer than what I'm telling you now. So that's why I was saying they could get as warm as 10,000 even. I've had them where they were that warm. But again, it's a very warm, glowing burn. The warmth actually goes all the way down your esophagus. You feel the whole thing is warm right now. It's not burning. I'm not stinging. It's just warm. It feels like I poured hot water down my throat or something. It's just warm. It's a very strange, glowing, warm effect for these type of peppers. But anyway, that's it. That's your pod review for the Inca Berry. I do have seeds available as of right now on my website, so you can pick up seeds there. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.